Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
(21-0) our score after 1. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
I'm scared. Check 9, check 9. Begin. Deuce. That's it. 44's Mike. Check.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DK Metcalf. 77 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
No cash. Let's go, D. All go special. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Play action, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Now Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
25.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That could really be demoralizing.
Now Wilson, forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Raiders' 19-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, flush to his right. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight up there. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Switch, switch, switch. Watch that. Jim, 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 Jim.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wilson to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 1st down, Wilson steps away. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. Now they try the right side here. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Wilson now. Off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check nickel. Switch. Wide. Get wide. Explain. Orbit. Yeah. Mike, 34. Here we go. Swing.
Here's Jackson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
SOS.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff looking right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Watch the
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Watch the twitch. Hey, check Mike 21. Bound to lose 1. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Go. This way. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. steps away to his left. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, Wilson dancing to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Chiefs 14. Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now they try the right side here. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check, check. Come on, D. Under 10.
Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
And the Raider first down.
Hey, 44. I got you. I got you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. To throw is Jackson. Throwing on third and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let go. Lady. Got it. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Shift. 14. Check.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Out to his left. He'll run it. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he lost the football. Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
To throw is Wilson. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a third down. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson operating from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually...
Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular...
And that's caught inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, tried to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be out right at the 35. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean...
It's caught inside the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Throwing is Jackson. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson going to throw again. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Throwing again. Jackson. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. John Ross with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
You got three down.
One last shot for Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that...
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for Oakland, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.